Saturdays is a mentoring group that focuses on leadership development for young Black men. Our guest today is Rhodes. He's the co-executive director, and he's here to share more about the organization. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I love when I was looking on the website, your tagline is "Building men is better than mending boys," and I think that summarizes so well what you do.
Yeah.
Tell us more about St. Paul Saturdays, what it is and how it got started, and what really you're doing.
Sure. St. Paul Saturdays is a manhood leadership development organization for young African American males between the ages of 6 through 18. And so we really try to take the focus of building our young men up to be leaders in our community, really saying, hey, we can produce leaders in our community, and we can build our community from within, and we don't need necessarily outsiders to come in and take over our community. We can do that ourselves. So we really implore our young men to take charge of their community, to have a stake in it, and be accountable for what happens with what's happening in the community and what they want to see what happen with themselves.
And so my next question, when you hear that, is because it sounds great, and I know you're a graduate of the program and you matriculated through it, so clearly we know that there's some great outcomes, but the question would be, how do you do that?
Exactly. So we do that each and every Saturday. We call it our day by day, inch by inch, moment by moment mentoring, and what that entails of making sure that they take their education seriously. And we're really not just talking about school, we're really talking about life. So whether that be learning to be responsible, whether that be learning to do things in their community for other people, not necessarily expect anything back, whether that be assuming leadership in not only the school, in the community, at church, or whatever organization they are a part. These are all things that we try to lead our young men to take that next step to do themselves.
I know that we have in the information instilling a sense of self-esteem and self-worth. So when you're having these sessions on Saturdays, I mean, I think there's that idea where it's like you're doing activities and you're talking about things, but how do you get it to sort of stick? Is it really just because you say, let's go through the program, and by the time you're 18, it'll stick on her? I mean, like, how do you make sure that what you're teaching actually works, and that these young men, when they're coming out, that they're representing these values and exercising these things that have been instilled in them and taught to them?
Exactly, and that's an excellent question. I think most people, they think that there's a magic formula to getting, people to move towards one priority or priorities in their life. And we find that most times they see men like me and other men that are the board leaders and the mentors in our organization. They see us doing things in the community. They see us not only talking the talk, but walking the walk. That will obviously say, hey, this is something that if they're doing it, I should be able to do it. And they're showing me, they're not just telling me to do something, I'm looking at them doing something. To give a great example, we did a community cleanup day last month. Well, in the Hamilton Heights area where the church is located, we cleaned up in the area, and they saw us out there, cleaning up, picking up things. And so one of the 7-year-olds in the group came up to me and said, we're really doing this, right? I said, yeah, we're really doing this. This is something that we all believe in, and we must, do something that makes our community a better place.
Absolutely. No, and I think you've articulated it as well, because I think in raising children, we always say they see what you're doing all the time.
Of course.
When you're intentionally trying to show them, and when you're even unintentionally trying to show them. And I think that's a really important point. I want to get into some details about enrollment, when you can actually enroll, all those kind of details. But we're going to take a break. But before we do, if you want to learn more about St. Paul Saturdays, we've got the information there for you on the screen. It's every Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. afternoon at St. Paul AME Church at 1260 Hamilton Avenue. For more details, head to their website, stpaulsaturdays.com, or you can call the number on your screen or email staff at stpaulsaturdays.com. But we're going to kind of get into some of those details as well and talk about a college trip that's coming up next week, actually. So we're going to have more with Jay Rhodes and St. Paul Saturdays right after this break.